I'm going to make a suggestion, and that is, I'm not saying throw this out altogether of trying to identify the trauma and the wound and name it and, explain it, because there's relevance in that. However, there comes moments where sometimes there is such fixation and the way the mind works that you can just keep going down one rabbit hole after the other. And it's kind of like chasing your way back through a chain. And so you can say, well, where did that trauma come from? And you go, oh, well, it came from that link. Oh, but where did that one come from? Oh, it came from that, from that, from that, from that, from that. You can just go back and back and back in terms of where's the trauma coming from. What I'm pointing to when I speak of the root is the underlying root cause is actually not the subjective event. It's a disconnect from the nature of oneself. So rather than trying to solve all these stories, generate a right state of connection. And that is always the message I'm coming back to. The more you generate right connection, just be in a state of awareness. Just that. Watch. Be in a state of awareness. Connect with that aware presence, which isn't the stories, it's not the thoughts. Watch the stories, watch the thoughts. Connect with the nature of existence. The more you restore that relationship, the less polarized and fixated you will be. And as I said, it's not necessarily a fast job.
Yeah, I realize that. But how do I do it in like practical terms? Like how do I actually connect with it? Because I'm aware of this aspect, I'm aware of this aspect. This aspect is just pulling so hard. It's making me so tense, and I know.
Yeah. Okay, and that's the point. All this tension and subjective information creates a feedback loop in the nervous system.
Yeah.
So the average human is living in a fight-flight state.
That's
right? Your sympathetic nervous system is on overdrive. And when you're in that state, what happens is the brain actually keeps projecting back into itself. You really do not have a true state of connection when your system is running in that way. And in order to change that, to break that pattern, you have to change state. And that means, as I've been teaching over all these years, deep rhythmic breathing, very specific breathing, changes that state, alpha breathing.
Yeah, I've been doing that.
Yeah. Connecting with nature. Yeah. And they're two simple things. And the hazard here is that the mind can say, yeah, but that's not enough because I've still got the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? Right.
It's still not a result.
And I'm here to tell you, I've been teaching the same thing, not just in this lifetime. Okay? It's not just this lifetime that I've been teaching that same thing. It is so simple. It is tied to your state. There is not a problem, there is a state of being. I want you to really feel what I'm saying now. There is not a problem, there is only a state of being. So if you are in the right state, actually there is not a problem.
But how do I get to that right state?
I just reminded you, beloved, that really the yogic practices, right deep breathing, is going to gradually lead you there. Okay. It is going to change the pattern that is happening in your nervous system. And that is, I'm not talking about, just spiritual fluffy stuff. I'm talking science.
No, I know it's true. Like I've been doing the breathing, and I can feel how it's calming me down. But then, I finish and I'm back again to square one.
And so it is very much about training to the point that gradually those gaps between the states get shorter and shorter and shorter. Now, for example, I was at the hairdresser's the other day. Yeah, I'm lying back there, got my hair's going to get washed, and I'm breathing, and suddenly the hairdresser goes, "Oh my God, you're breathing from your belly." She said, "Wow, you're really breathing properly." And I was like,
yes,
yeah.
I do.
But it was really a curious little event for me, because it, in a way, was surprising. It reminded me, oh yeah, that's right, the average human is not by default breathing in that way.
Yeah.
So I literally am using myself as an example for you. I am not some strange, weird creature that's arrived from another planet that's different to you. I am a human.
Yeah.
I am a living example that says if you follow those same methodologies, you will arrive at a more integrated state. You will. It takes vigilance, because habitually you have occupied, humanity has occupied all these stories that keep pulling you out, and your physiology is modeled on that. All I can say is it takes vigilant practice. I'm not going to tell you some other fancy little story.
Okay.
So keep it up, beloved.
All right. Thank you very much.